Israel's Foreign Minister Cohen said that the war in the Gaza Strip would continue with or without international support. This comes after UN called for an immediate ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Notably, India voted in favor of the UN resolution demanding ceasefire. Now, with this, Cohen warned that Israel will continue its war against Hamas with or without international support. He stated that a ceasefire at the current stage is a gift to Hamas and it will allow it to return and threaten the residents of Israel. In fact, still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav. Sir, what Cohen is essentially trying to suggest, of course, he said that we will continue the fight with or without international support, but with the point that he's trying to put across is the fact that if at this point of time you act upon it, you call for a ceasefire, it's essentially giving a gift to Hamas and it's allowing them to in fact plan and plot something of this extent. So, do you agree with this statement or what is your take on it?
Absolutely, Asavi. You very rightly mentioned that Cohen was essentially trying to say that if, and as I was mentioning before, that if you stop this war at this point of time, then Hamas remains intact and Hamas does not get decimated. Hamas remains in power also. And, Asavi, this entire conspiracy of October 7 was hatched to disrupt the, integration process, peace process, what we call normalization process with the Israel and Arab world when they are going ahead. I think that kind of a for that kind of a disruption, this kind of a big attack was hatched so that Israel remains isolated, Israel does not become integrated, and their relations with Arab nations remains as tense as ever. So I think this kind of conspiracies are very much there, and those intentions have not gone away. And if Hamas remains intact in Gaza, then they will come up with a bigger attack. And also it will embolden other terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah and Houthi to come up with this kind of attack on Israel later. And they will obviously have the impression that if they also carry out the kind of attack what Hamas did on October 7, then nothing will happen to them. So I think that's why Cohen's remarks are very well understood that it is Israel's war against terrorism, and I think they are fighting for their existence. In one single day of Saudi on October 7, more than 1,200 people were butchered. And women, children, old people, people on the wheelchair, children were, shot, and all sorts of atrocities have been done. And a lot of people have been kept still are in captivity of Hamas. So I think Israel's imperatives and Israel's position that they are fighting this war for their existence is a very, very well understood position. But at the same time, I would say that Israel will have to carry out these operations in a targeted, hard intelligence-based only. Because if the civilian casualties are done more, and they will also have to provide humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza, come out from their dire situation, those imperatives Israel will have to follow. They will have to do their best to provide humanitarian aid and support to the people of Gaza, and that is why this kind of suggestions are coming from the U.S. side that because of the humanitarian crisis, Israel might lose the support of the international community, and I think that's imperative. That kind of requirement is also there huge on Israeli defense forces and the entire Israeli establishment.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.